the show where high culture and pop culture collide. Woo! All right! Hey, audience, you ready to play?
Yeah!
Welcome our 3 contestants.
Welcome!
I think they like you. Good to have you on the show. Glad you're here. Now then, what would a trivia game be without some weaponry? Let's pass out the screws. And here you go. Round 1 screws, 1 for each of you. All right, hey, audience. What do you do when your neighbor doesn't know the answer to a question? You got it. Screw them. Buzz in and hit the S key. It forces your opponent to answer that question. You got it? All right, let's do it. Player 1, pick one.
It's number 1.
The category: Honest Mom, it's just a fantasy. And we are talking $1,000 for this question. Imagine, if you will, this episode of Fantasy Island. A young woman tells Mr. Rourke that her fantasy is to murder her mother and marry her father. Tattooist student of Freud explains to Mr. Rourke that this woman wants which kind of fantasy? A cesarean fantasy, an electro fantasy, a flying fantasy, or an Oedipal fantasy? Go for it, player 1. An Oedipal fantasy? Maybe if she were a he. Go for it, player 2. If she gets rid of her mom and marries her dad, it's an electro fantasy. Ah, that Mr. Rourke, he really brings families together. Let's have a category, player 2. The category behind this question is Happy Days and the Animal Kingdom. And this one's going to be worth $2,000. Okay, we're coming at you. Heads up. Fred Flintstone is the water buffalo, as Howie Cunningham is to blank. Beaver, leopard, elk, or moose? Player 3, take it. Ah, yes, the beaver. Hardworking, industrious, and wrong. Player 1, player 2, who wants it? Now the correct answer is leopard, the Leopard Lodge. Howard Cunningham's fraternal organization, just like the water buffalo, was Fred Flintstone's fraternal organization. 1 million years apart, yet they both wore silly hats. Player 3, select a category.
Question 3.
The name of this category is This Light's for You. Okay, this one might be a toughie. It's worth $3,000. Okay, get your fingers ready. Let's get busy. If those Bud Light commercials took place in England and you ordered lights, what would you get? 2 tabletop dancers, a beer, a scotch and soda, or beef longs? Here's what you should have guessed. Beef lungs. You should see what you get when you order a highball over there. Okay, we need a category from player 3.
4.
Here's the category. Violent geographical locations. I'm paying out $2,000 if you get this one right. Hang on tight, because here we go. If Italy really were a boot, what would it be kicking? Sicily, Vatican City, Rome, or Constantinople? Player 1, go nuts! Located off of the big toe of Italy. Sicily. Player 1, it's up to you. What are we doing? Uh-oh! West Truck licks 9 more!
It's time for a
Tinker-Lick Test Drill.
The category for this gibberish question? Rarely seen episodes of MASH. $5,000 is the opening value for this gibberish question. Now, you're going to have about 30 seconds to solve this puzzle, but I'm going to be taking a little bit of money away every second and a half. Imagine a very sad episode of MASH where a homicidal maniac comes to the 4077 and kills Colonel Potter. An upset Klinger can only manage to get out the following phrase. Malcolm Hack Potter! With what other sitcom does this phrase rhyme? Player 3, type in your answer. Yeah, nice job, Mr. Carter. Player 3, pick a category for me.
Number 6, it's number 6, it's.
All right, let's see what we're doing here. Slippery when wet. Right here, $1,000 for a right answer. Hey, how closely do you really examine condom packages? Of the following, which is the only word that cannot be formed from the letters in the word lubricated? Crab, date, tuber, or trick? Go for it, player one. Trick. There's no trick in lubricated. However, 9 out of 10 prostitutes surveyed said tricks should be lubricated. Player one, give me a category.
Zabba-dooba-dabbin', question 7.
The category is, it's so damn satisfying. You get this one right, you got $2,000 coming at you. Get ready to buzz, cause here it comes. What is the correct name for the white stuff in a Snickers bar? Chocolate, confectioneer sugar, Retsin, or nougat? Player one, go nuts. Nougat. Oh, it's so creamy. Player one, it's up to you. What are we doing?
Yeah, man, come along to question 8.
This one's gonna be Sci-Fi Gilligan's Island. The amount on the table is $3,000. Okay, get yourself set. It's time. If Gilligan said that once the minnow was repaired, he'd like to sail around the islands of Lagerhans, the professor would tell him he'd have to be on Mars, a character in Gulliver's Travels, microscopic, or on Earth around 3 million BC. Go for it, player one. Microscopic. The islands of Lagerhans are in your pancreas. Player one, pick one.
Number 9. Number 9.
Next up, a great place to pitch a tent. And it looks like you can win 1,000 greenbacks for this one. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. Right, imagine this. You're hiking through the woods and come across a dying man, but before he slips away, he gasps the word, "Warp." What's he most likely trying to tell you? The species of venomous snake that bit him, the type of toxic plant he chewed, the mythical forest troll that ambushed him, or that someone poisoned his trail mix? Player one, go nuts. It's the trail mix. GORP stands for good old raisins and peanuts. Player one, it's up to you. What are we doing?
Question number 10.
Here's the category. Chocolate and asinine cartoon characters. This question's going to be worth $2,001 bills. Imagine, if you will, a Kathy comic strip in which our noseless heroine has a bad case of PMS. Craving chocolate, Kathy finds a place that sells her a piece of chocolate that is 144 square feet in size. How big does the bed of the rental truck need to be in order for her to get it home? 11 by 11, 13 by 11, 12 by 12, or 20 by 14? Go for it, player one. 12 feet by 12 feet. Area is the product of the length and the width. Okay, we're at the end of round one now. On to round two. All right, getting some screws out here for... Ow, ow, don't put the pin in here. God. Okay, here we go. One for everyone. Now listen, don't forget about those screws. You guys never used them in round one. Remember, if you want to screw your neighbor and force them to answer a hard question, buzz in and hit the yes key to screw them. Got it? Let's do it. Player one, give me a category.
And now, 11.
The category, Blossom and Biochemistry. And this one shouldn't be too tough. 4K for this one. Hope you're ready, because here's one coming at you. On a very special Blossom, Joey accidentally ingests 1,000 milligrams of ascorbic acid. The result would most likely be convulsions, numbness in his extremities, slow painful death, or increased immunity to colds. Player one, go nuts! Increased immunity. Thank God it was only vitamin C. Joey will be fine. Player one, pick one. Uh-oh, best butts fits mine, whore.
Once again, it's time for a
Ticklish past gum.
All right, now here's your category for this gibberish question. Radical farmers. We're in round two, so this gibberish question is going to start off at $10,000. Okay, to solve this puzzle, you gotta think fast because every second and a half, I'm ticking off a little bit of cash. Standing by, what song title does this rhyme with? Song, To Right Wing. It's from a 70s song. It's a song about martial arts. Who is this Marshall guy in? Player 2, go for it. Type. Hey, you're fast as lightning. Category, player 2, let's do it.
Question 13.
The category behind this question is, I'd pay to see that. A right answer will get you 2 G's for this question. Get your eyes focused on the screen. Here we go. A yacht full of corporate lawyers is attacked by a ravenous sea monster at the vessel's stern. The first lawyers to be eaten will be on the yacht's left side, on the yacht's right side, at the front of the yacht, or at the back of the yacht. Go for it, player 1. The stern is the back of the yacht. Let's savor that image for a moment. Player 1, it's up to you. What are we doing?
14!
The name in this category is Long Johns and Big Chests. And we are talking 4,000 big ones. Okay, let's get this ball rolling. 15 men are on the dead man's chest. They've got a bottle of rum and they're happily yo-ho-hoing away when they suddenly realize they don't know the next line of their song. What is it? Money and maids be the pirate's quest? Cast off the traitor in an iron-bound vest? Drink and the devil had done for the rest? Or a whoopee cushion gag is a fine old jest? Player 1, go nuts! Drink and the devil had done for the rest. Except for the ones that die of scurvy, malnutrition, or in a shipwreck. Player 1, pick one. Uh-oh, mess butt tit slime chore.
Once again, it's time for a Snickerclish restaurant.
Here's your gibberish category. Bugs and bodily fluids. The opening value for this gibberish question is going to be 10,000 bucks. Okay, now remember, you don't have all the time in the world here. The less time you take, the more money you make. Ready? What popular song does this rhyme with? Fly phlegm, flea spray. Hit number 1, it's a popular dance hit. As opposed to an unpopular dance hit. It's by the Village People. Go for it, player 1. Type in your... Take 5 Village People dressed up like trick-or-treaters and you've got fly, phlegm, flea spray. A couple of years ago, I took a room at the Y, and I wouldn't say it's fun to stay at the YMCA, but it's definitely cheap. Player 1, give me a category.
Flush your head down the latrine.
Ease your way with sour cream.
16.
All right, let's see what we're doing here. Westward ho, dingbat. Hello, this one's going to be worth $6,000. Okay, hang tight. Put your fingers on your buzzers. Here's the question. To which of these pairs could you attribute the phrase, "Go West, young meathead"? Mike Stivic and Joseph Pulitzer, Edith Bunker and Benjamin Franklin, Horace Greeley and Archie Bunker, or Zachary Taylor and Gloria Stivic? Player 2, what do you say? Yes, and they're quite proud of their work. It's definitely better than their first collaboration. Expand east, expand west, just expand your butt out of my chair. Player 2, pick one. The category is Casey and the Sentence Construction Band. And this one's gonna be worth $2,000. Okay, get your fingers ready, let's get busy. Shake, 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 shake your booty is the title of a big disco hit and also an example of what kind of clause? Declarative, imperative, interrogative, or expletive? Go for it, player 1. Expletive, no, that'd be like, shake your booty, you stupid motherfucker. Player 2, player 3, who wants it? Go for it, player 2. An imperative is a command or a plea. Here's another example. Please sing something else so I can get this damn song out of my head. What do you say, player 2? How about it?
Song to City.
Next up, sexual innuendo and the auto industry. You get this one right, you got $2,000 coming at you. Hang on tight, because here we go. Which of the following sexually suggestive phrases contains the names of 4 different models of automobile? The New Yorker touched a Dakota Villager. A big Wrangler made a pickup in Bonneville. Jimmy wanted to ram his probe into Sable. Or the female escort was a legend in Seville. Too bad you didn't pick this. The GMC Jimmy, the Dodge Ram, the Ford Probe, and the Mercury Sable. Who would have thought American cars could make you so hot? Okay, we need a category from player 3. This one's gonna be the Addams Family and the Oval Office. $6,000 is riding on this one. Okay, get yourself set, it's time. If President John Adams were to star in the Addams Family as Gomez, which role should President John Quincy Adams play to stay true to their relationship? Pugsley, Lurch, Cousin It, or Uncle Fester? Player 1, go nuts! Is that your answer? You having problems with that boil again? Player 2, player 3, want to take a stab at it? Player 2, what do you say? John and Johnny Q were father and son. Just like Gomez and Pugsley. Okay, we need a category. Your pick, player 2.
Question number 20.
Here's the category. You'll put an eye out. I'm paying out $2,000 if you get this one right. Get ready to buzz, because here it comes. If you combine the Buckeye State with the Hawkeye State, what state would most likely result? Idaho, Ohio, Idaho, Oklahoma, or Ohio? Go for it, player. Ohio. And you know, if you think about it, it's not a bad idea either. I mean, do we really need both of those states? Player 1, pick one. Time for the attack. Buzz in when 2 words match, and you got $2,000. Buzz in when there isn't a match, and you lose $2,000. And don't forget, it's not any old match we're looking for, it's the one that fits this clue. Does your pet have a name? Get your finger ready to fire. Remember the clue. Let's do it. Player 1, you're the champ. So pump your fist in the air and shout the following words. You don't know Jack.
Fun just starting on BSI. Next up is an all-new bloopers, mishaps, and
Hey,
hilarious
Cookie,
injuries
what's
hosted by
the,
Epic Nugget.
what's
And
the
today
deal
is
with the
funniest
contestants
police
now?
brutality video. Time for Police Chief Walter Nichols. Stay
Listen,
tuned to
players,
BSI.
if you want to play another game, you just got to clue me into that, okay?